And I think that's all that I have to say about it right now.
By Robert van der Weyden, created sometime around 1435. All right, now we're going to look at the deposition of Christ by Robert van der Weyden, created sometime around 1435. In an image of Christ being lowered from the cross, we see Christ in his lifeless body being held by Joseph of Arimathea and Nicodemus. You take a look at the painting, you see that Van der Weyden has forced all the characters to the front. They're in the immediate foreground. And you see that Christ and Mary, their bodies echo each other. The shape of Christ, in this kind of languid, exaggerated S shape, is mirrored by Mary. You see that her left arm is identical to Christ's left arm. We see in Van der Weyden's depiction of Christ his emphasis and his focus on the stigmata. We see Christ wearing a crown of thorns. We see blood flowing from Christ's body through his hands, through his wrists, and through the balls of his feet, from the nails that held him to the cross. And we focus on Mary on the left side of the painting, wearing this luxurious blue gown. Mary, you can see, is this kind of gaunt or jaundice or faint skin color. She's fainted, and she will again come back to life, as opposed to Christ, who has died. In the lower left-hand corner of the painting, you see a skull. It's a symbol of mortality. There's a sense of congestion. There's a sense of emotion. All these characters are very tightly packed into this little window-like space. Now, we'll take a look at Michelangelo's Pietà. It's a marble sculpture from 1498, completed in 1499, is maybe one of the most emotionally charged sculptures that, in my opinion, we'll look at. Christ is crucified at the age of 33. Mary looks like she's depicted also at the age of 33. Michelangelo's clearly making a statement about the eternal beauty of Mary and the physical realities of what it would be for a body to be removed from a cross. You have the Virgin Mary with the dead body of Christ draped through her lap. In his armpit, you can see Mary's hands digging into the body of Christ as if to hold him and keep him in this world. His arm sags, his head falls backwards, his body lies lifeless as she clings to his body, and in her left hand references God the Father calling Christ back to heaven. Now we'll take a look at the Entombment of Christ by Caravaggio, painted between 1602 and 1603. As a supporter of the Counter-Reformation, Caravaggio typically paints the underbelly, the real, the gross, the less acceptable, some may even argue the offensive, and makes them the characters of these revered stories. There's shots of color, Caravaggio using tenebrrism to very clearly focus his attention on Christ and to spot or shot light angles to bring things closer to the viewer and to use darkness to send things farther away. We see hands being foreshortened, we see angular bodies, we see characters that recede in space, but again, like the Van der Weyden, they're very close to each other. It's a very dramatic moment. We see the figures compressed, almost as if one is right on top of another, just kind of paralleling a large mountain that just stacks and get there towards the top. We see Christ's head and arm dragging. The faces are recognizable, but are certainly not the most important part of the painting, and certainly not what Caravaggio would ask us to focus on. He's interested in the dramatic moment of the entombment of Christ, who will soon be resurrected.